Hey YouTube, Mike Walsh55 here with my first Let's Play in quite some time, and the reason for that is these Let's Plays, and this will not be uploaded in HD, fair warning, because when I do upload them in HD, and this is the reason there hasn't been any Let's Plays, is it takes all day, and while in the I can't even talk today. It's been a while since I made a video. During the upload process, pretty much every other device connected to the internet absolutely pukes. It absolutely sucks up all the internet. The ping goes through the roof. I'm talking like the ping will go up to 14,000 is what I read one time on the speed test, and that is not an over-exaggeration. That is the real number that came up. So it's ridiculous when I upload, but I will do this one for you guys because I really want to upload this. Basically, I have this little section in one of my Minecraft worlds here. It's not the whole world. I've actually got a village that I'm working on, and a few friends have their house over here. I'm not going to show off the whole thing. I'm really not going to even show all of the other area. But I just figured I'd show you that, you know, this isn't just the only thing this world has. Anyways, basically I have all these mini games. Things like some you might have seen before, like Do Not Laugh, Treasure Hunt. Although my version of Treasure Hunt is much larger than most people's. Mainly because it keeps the game going for a little longer, and it's quite a bit more fun that way. You know, I've got like a roller coaster type thing over there. I've got Under Pressure, which is a reference to the fact that A, it takes place with pressure plates, and that's what it uses, and B, it is a reference to a Queen song. So, fun fact for you there. Actually, this minigame, what you have to do is you grab a fishing rod out of the chest there if you're in survival. If I can find one, I'll grab one out of creative. And you try to hit these pressure plates, as you might have already guessed. I suck at it, but I got that one first try. And then it gets rid of the pressure plates using a piston, and you can replace them. You get one try per piston. I think the current record is 3, set by one of my friends. Over here I got some jousting. I'm just going through this really quickly because I figure you guys might want to see it. Pig races with my own custom rules. The rules are you gotta reach the end 3 times, and you cannot turn around before this white line. Anything after, or during, or past the white line is fair game. And after you touch it the 3rd time, you have to race back to your pen and get the fence closed. Here I have your typical spleef. It's 11 by 11, a lot smaller than most spleef. But really, this is just meant for, you know, little mini games that only take, you know, a few minutes at a time. You know, things that are meant to be like best out of 3. So, you know, just fun little mini games. In here, I have a parkour course in the Nether. I'm not going to show all that off right now. I'll do that another time. But right now, what we are going to be building is a bowling mini game. I've set up a little template here already, just so I know where the sidewalk is going to be and everything. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, so I like to make these sidewalks correspond. Actually, let me put that back, because I'm going to go over here for a second. The sidewalks are all 27 blocks away from each other, mainly because that's just how the first 2 happen to be spread apart, and I just repeated that distance over and over so that everything's even. But also so it gives me space if one of the attractions is larger than the other, such as Treasure Hunt, which is obviously the largest attraction in this minigame area. Anyways, I like to make the walkways kind of match the theme of the minigame. Like the pig races has gravel and what I like to think of as mud, even though it's just brown wool. I would use like a dirt block, however, you know, the grass spreads to it, and then it's just a grass block, and then you just got a 2-block wide walkway. It's not, I don't know why I put the gold here for the jousting. I just thought it looked kind of medieval-ish. Same thing with the moss wall. So, you know, the walkway here is water, and, because you're using a fishing rod, so I put water and, like, almost the color of wood that you'd see on a dock and things like that, and, you know, we got a very colorful stadium over here, so I made a colorful walkway. And, of course, this walkway matches the chest, which is what this is supposed to be, is a chest. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this bowling game. That's what we're going to be building today. So, I don't know what I'm going to do to make it match. I know ice is going to be involved, but I already did an ice walkway over here for the spleef. So, I'm a little bit, I don't know what to use. And I already used birch wood on something, but it is almost the color of like a bowling alley would be. Shoot. You know what? I think I have an idea. Okay. So basically, no, that won't work. Okay, here's what I think I'm going to do. Just for, I'm probably going to change this in the future, but just for the sake of this video being fairly short and not consuming my whole day with upload, we're going to go with the birchwood, and then the outer skirts, you know how the gutters are always gray? We're going to go with, let's see, what are we going to go with? What's gray? I know there's clay. I mean, soul sand kind of matches, and it even slows you down like a gutter would, Well, I mean, a gutter doesn't slow you down, but it does hinder you, obviously, in the game of bowling. And one thing I'd like to mention, yes, this is pretty much hollow. I'm not going to spend 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to spend all day filling this all in. So it is hollow, but the world's always on peaceful, so it's not like I'm really too worried about mobs spawning underneath because it is on peaceful all the time. And I'm just going to do this and see how it looks, honestly. I'm not sure I'm going to keep this. Yeah, I like it for now. It does remind me of a bowling alley. I do like it for now. I might change it in the future. Who knows? For now, I'm just going to keep it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and the reason that is 6 blocks away is because when you throw an item on ice, and I can show you over here, it only goes 6 blocks. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is right in front of the anvils. Don't ask me why I use that for the gate or for the fencing. I just thought it looked kind of neat, and I'd already used every other kind of fencing over in other attractions. Okay, so when you throw it, watch. It stops right in front of the anvil. Might keep going a little bit, but that's where it's going to stop. That's how many blocks it goes. So what we're going to do is we are going to, and this is going to be, yeah, we're going to take all of this, and hopefully the ice doesn't melt, honestly. Like, if it melts, I'm not going to be a very happy camper. The snow has not melted over there, and the ice has not melted over there either, so hopefully this will go just as well. I'm going to grab some grass blocks because I feel like I already have some. Okay. Just going to do the outline here, and then I'm going to dig out the rest. Okay, ice. And I'm going to show you the way this bowling game is going to work. It's not just going to be throwing them into the slots here, and these slots aren't going to be dirt either. It's just a template I set up. It's actually going to make a sound if you get hit all of the pressure plates, because that's how it's going to be. Is there's going to be pressure plates between every one of these things. And I know there's 2 blocks here where there's 1 here, but that's just for the sake of keeping everything centered. It doesn't really change how you create it or how you play. It really doesn't make it any harder or easier. It's just an extra block to keep everything centered. Okay, so that's done. Now, just for, just so I can make sure this works before we go into anything, let me just... Got it, okay. Okay, so now, what we're going to do is, okay, what do we want? We got to decide what we want this made out of. Now, I haven't made anything out of snow other than the Spleef Arena. I would make it out of snow, but that would make 2 snow attractions right next to each other, and I don't like that. I'm almost feeling like we should go with black wool, because I don't know why. I mean, usually bowling alleys are kind of dark, I guess. I've only been bowling a few times in my life, but I don't know. We're going to go black wool for now. Might change it in the future. Who knows? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to set up some walls. We're going to want some walls here. And these are going to be built up higher in the future, I think. And also here's what we're going to do. To keep people from, just like walking right up and doing this, what we're going to do is we're going to keep this wall going right up along here. And then right here is where we're going to do this. We're going to block it off with something. I'm not sure what. I feel like, what if we did this? Let me just make sure you can throw things over this. Let me just make sure you can throw things. Wow, that was a fail. Let's try that again. Okay, that might be a hindrance. Yeah, that's a hindrance. Okay, that's not going to work. Oh, I know. I know what we're going to do, because that's more than 1 block. That was the issue. We're going to take some glass. Now, Perfect. That'll work just fine. Okay, now we're actually going to get into the mechanics before we build this up and make it look nice and everything else. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of everything in our inventory, because that's all useless to us now. We're going to grab our pressure plates. Okay, we're going to place one here, 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 and here. Hopefully this works. I've got a design kind of in my head here that should work to make it so you get the ding when you win. Okay, we're going to take some redstone now, and we're going to need some torches and any kind of block. I'm just going to go with blue. Blue wool. Because it's going to all be covered up. This is going to be covered up somehow. I'm not sure how yet, but it's going to be covered up. So it doesn't matter what block we use. But okay, so then we're going to go like that. And then here's what we're going to do. We're going to build one of these deals here. Alright. Torch here, torch here, torch here. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. I feel like I'm making a tutorial, even though I've never built this before. So, like, I'm just, like, I don't know, I'm narrating everything I'm doing, which makes it seem like I'm doing a tutorial. But in all honesty, I've never built this before, so if you're, like, looking up how to make a bowling game, this design might not even work, so be prepared. Okay, that's good. Hopefully I have enough space for the wiring back here. If I don't, it's all good. I can always extend it. It wouldn't take long. Might just have to do it off camera is all. So now, what we're going to do is we are going to build... shoot. How was I going to do this? Okay, we're gonna take some redstone and wire them up to this thing right here. Wait a minute. This isn't right. Things that make you say, what did I do wrong? Oh, I gotta put redstone there. Wow, I'm not thinking at all. Okay. So now we're gonna take this, and we're gonna meet it up right about there. And do the same on the other side. See, this is what you'd call an and. I don't even know. I just looked it up online. It's called the and something. I could not tell you. The and source? I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but there's a name for it. It's something that people make, and they use it in all kinds of things, and I figured it would be useful here. So now we're going to make a fourth one, except this one, third one. Wow, I can't even count to 4 correctly now. This is going to be the third one, but it's going to be a little bit different, okay? We're going to put a torch here, and then 2 of those, mainly just to keep everything centered. Now, okay, other than not looking good, this is actually fully playable. Alright, so what we're going to do, alright, this is how this works, alright? Let me grab 4 objects. We'll just grab 4 grass blocks. Okay, every time we put one on there, it deactivates one of these torches. Okay, and when we deactivate 2 on the same side, this back torch lights up, which in turn turns this torch off. Alright, so if we do the same thing on the other side, turns that torch off, turns that torch off. Now, both those torches are on the bottom, and the top ones are off. So, say we had something hooked up to this, such as our note block, if I can find that. Geez, I've never used a note block in my life. I would not be able to tell you where to find it. Ah, shoot. Is it in random? Miscellaneous? Ah, crap. Well, guys, you might want to skip forward in the video about 5 minutes, because I'm going to be looking for the note block forever. Crap. Is it in redstone and transportation? Redstone lamp. Note block. Here it is. Huh. Okay. So, let's turn this all off. Okay, and then turn it on again. And we should hear a beep on the last one. Wow, I missed. Yeah, there we go. We got the beep. That's how that works. So now we're just going to touch this up and make it look a little bit better. And we're going to make the ding... get out of here, chicken. You're going to ruin everything somehow, I guarantee it. we're going to make the ding a little bit more high-pitched. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Hang on. Okay, you know what? I miscounted. I'm just going to go ahead and do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now, we're going to cover this up somehow. I almost feel like just covering it up like with wool here, and then leaving this, because it almost looks like a vent or something out the back. That would look pretty neat. But what color are we going to use? We don't want it to all blend in, but we also, it is just to cover up the audio device. So we're not going to make it too tall. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take some blue wool. Actually, I already have. We're just going to do this. Alright. Leave the note box there. Okay, how far out did I go? Okay, 1 past that. And then... Oops. And then we're going to do the same thing here. And this isn't the best redstone covering at all, by any means. But it'll get the job done in the time that I need to make this video here. Just make sure that's centered. That's 4, and that's 4. Okay. And now we're just going to build it up. 2 more blocks and cover it up. And then after that, we are going to build up the walls over in the actual bowling area as to keep animals as well as players out from jumping in and everything like that. And actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the black, what was that, black wool? Shoot, I think so. And we're going to do this. Okay, we're just going to go like this. Actually, no. I can make this look a little bit better by doing this. My colors, obviously, are blue and yellow. So I'll show you what I'm about to do after I build this up one more. Okay. Almost done with this. I have no idea how long I've been recording. Probably longer than I wanted to. Okay, now we're going to grab some yellow wool because, Napa Racer 15. Napa, blue and yellow. And now we have more than just 2 colors. It looks pretty decent to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll make that black, too. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of out of place, honestly. Like, it just doesn't... What if I made the top row all yellow? Like, let me just see what that would look like. I'm just going to do a portion of it here and a portion on the other side before I go all out and do that. Shoot. Okay. Now that I kind of like. That is better. It's not so out of place. It's not so random. I do like that. So we're going to go ahead and do that all the way around and cover this bad boy up. And that did actually function just how I wanted it to. It does kind of look like vents coming out of the back of this building here. I do like that. That is pretty nice. I don't know. Even if it doesn't really look like vents, it is, just kind of something different. I like it. And... okay, now we're just going to give it a blue roof. I'm going to cover the rest of it up here. I feel like I'm going to just friggin' screw up the redstone wiring somehow. By covering it up like this. Like, I know I have a really bad reputation with redstone. Make sure. Okay, so covering it up doesn't hinder it in any way. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play it at the end of this video here as soon as I'm done covering this up. And just make sure it still works, as well as give a demonstration of the finished product. Alright, almost done. Probably hear the button mashing on the mic. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Now, we're going to play, even though I suck and I'm not going to be able to do this. Here we go. What should we use as bowling balls, guys? What should we use? Redstone's kind of round, an egg is round. Hole is black, though. How about... this is just This is such a mundane thing. I shouldn't even really care that much, but screw it. Wither Skull. I'm going to grab a few of them, because I know I'm probably going to miss a few times because I suck. Okay. Got it. I missed. See? That's what I'm saying. I'm terrible. Wait, it might go, it might go, it might go. Nah. Okay, now. When we get to this third one, I'm gonna be quiet and listen for a ding. I'm gonna turn up my TV and everything, because I have a headset on, I can't really hear it. Hold on. Here we go. Moment of truth. Does it work? If I can get my TV to turn it up anymore. Okay. I missed. Okay, here we go. We didn't get a ding. Okay, we didn't get a ding. Why is that? We're not getting a ding. Does the top have to be uncovered? I'm just wondering. Yep, okay. The top has to be open. That was our problem. That was our problem. Okay, so I don't really have a problem leaving that open. That's all good. You know what? I think I know a way to cover it up. Okay. What we could just do is kind of bring this out. Maybe. Okay, let me grab some blue and yellow wool. Because what we can do is just go like this. I just want to make sure nothing at all is touching this thing here. So we're just going to go ahead and... Oops. Okay, so now we should still get a ding. We should still get a ding. We're just going to grab our Wither Skulls. Okay. Off. Yeah, we got it. Alright. So, guys, this was the first episode of my Let's Build series. I hope you guys enjoyed. There is going to be more, probably building more mini-games, as well as maybe playing some of these mini-games. I know I got a few friends that I would definitely love to make a few Do Not Laugh videos, maybe some treasure hunt videos, and especially one of my favorites, Under Pressure minigame videos. And I know a lot of people give it a different name, this minigame here, but I do like the reference to the fact that it uses pressure plates and the Queen song. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever. You know what? Here's a reward for if you made it this far in the video. I will show you my crappy nether parkour course here. It is absolutely terrible. I built it in like 5 minutes. I do plan on making it a little bit larger and a little bit better, you know, further on in the future. Also, I suck at parkour, so we're going to go into flying mode and pretend like we're jumping. Everything is possible. I did make every jump individually, but you're just jumping around over lava and whatnot. Little leaps of faith here. Jump this, jump this. That's one of the harder jumps right there, is that. Then this is all fairly easy right here. Right here is kind of difficult because it is up one block, as well as this right here is probably one of the harder ones. This is all easy. I mean, if you fall here and you're in survival, you're good to go. You just hop back on. In fact, I'll go to survival just because, or not survival, but yeah, see, I suck at parkour. So I have to fly. This is probably the hardest jump. It is, I think, 4 blocks, but it is possible. The reason it's so hard is because it's at the end of the course, and if you do screw it up, well, I thought it was possible. Hold on. I might have just questioned myself here. Ah, crap. Maybe this isn't possible. Thought I did it once. That's not good. Well, you saw it here first. I screw up even my own parkour courses here. Okay, it's possible. That was without flying. I made it. And this is also possible, I believe. It's just really, really hard. I'm going to try one more time, but I know it's possible. My buddy did it. I can't. I suck at parkour, but it's possible. And then you jump back and jump over the fence, and you are back into the park. It's a crappy parkour course, I know. I do plan on extending it. adding more variation and everything, but that's just the rough draft of it, basically. So anyways, guys, comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you later.